Good evening, my name is Robert and I try things. On Thursdays I try whatever game or games are free from the Epic Games Store that week. This week we have Godlike Burger. I don't know why it's called that exactly. Basically it's Sweeney Todd at a burger restaurant in space. You kill your customers and cook them up into burgers to sell to other customers in space. I don't know how that's a profitable business model if you kill the people that are giving you money, but sure, we'll give it a try. Happy Thursday, happy Friday Eve. I have had a week absence because of this freaking deck. I thought this was going to be like a 2-day project. Maybe 3. It has taken 2 entire weeks and I'm still not done yet. So the original plan was I was going to spend a couple of days sanding and cleaning and restaining our deck. Well, staining our deck because it's never been stained before. The previous owners never put any kind of protection on it, which is what stain is for, stain and sealant. It keeps water and sun, well, UV damage to a minimum. And the previous owners, when they built it 7 years ago, didn't put any on it. And so it got really ugly, and several of the boards needed to be replaced. And a deck should last longer than that, is my understanding. I don't know exactly how long, but it should last longer than that. Lily should be jumping up here any moment. There she is. Lily, come over here into the camera. Come here. Up here. There we go. This is Lily. Exclamation mark kitty in the chat to count the number of times the cats have shown up on stream. We have 3 cats. Lily and James are from the same litter. They're about 8.5 years old. Lily is a Torby, tortoiseshell tabby, and then James is a piebald, which means he's mostly white, but with patches of the same pattern as Lily. His tail is the same as Lily's, and there's a patch on his back, and both of his ears and like across the top of his head, and I feel like an elbow patch. But I think the rest of him is white. I'd have to like actually be looking at him. Lily loves to sniff my mouth. She would like stick her face in my mouth and lick inside my mouth if I let her because it smells like food. They're huge fatzos. And then we also have Charlie, who's asleep over in the Papa-san chair over there. He is 2.5, and he's orange. That's all you need to know about him. He's orange, and that tells you everything you need to know about him. Anyway, so this deck. So I thought it was going to take just a couple of days, like 1 day to sand, 1 day to power wash, and 1 day to stain, basically. But no, it took over a week to sand it because I don't exactly know why. Well, partially because I can only work on it for a few hours at a time, and then I have other things that I have to do around the house, and I get tired. And this is like a voluntary thing, so I don't have to like work myself to death doing this. So I bought a while ago an orbital sander, a handheld 5.5-inch orbital sander, in order to complete this task. I knew I was gonna probably have to rent something to sand the giant 16 by 16 horizontal standing space, but the rails I thought were going to be no big deal with this orbital sander. Apparently, I was wrong. I wanted to accomplish two things with sanding. The wood was rough. I needed to sand it smoother so it would be safer to touch. And then it also was really discolored from dirt and various levels of like moss and the sun and lots of things. And so there was a lot, relatively speaking, that needed to be sanded away. And so the amount that needed to be sanded away was a lot. And my belief is, I don't know if this is actually true, but my belief is this is pine. This is really cheap wood. But having sat in the sun for 7 years, it dried out and got harder, is my belief. And so it made it more difficult to sand. And then also, every single one of the boards is what's called cupped. So the wood grows, trees are circular, right? They've got concentric circles and the rings and everything. And unless you happen to cut a board straight across the middle through the center of the tree, it's going to be more like rings from one side or rings from the other side. And as that ages and gets wet and expands and contracts and whatever, it will shift and change shape along with those rings. So if the rings in your board go like this, it's going to cut like this. And if you turn it over and the rings are going like this, it's going to cut like this. And so basically I had to sand each board at least twice, being really difficult. And I originally started with cheap sandpaper and that took forever, and then I got some expensive sandpaper and it still took forever, and then I got a belt sander and then it took slightly less forever. Anyway, I had to sand every board basically twice, because it's cupped like this or like this, and the sanding surface of the orbital sander or the belt sander is perfectly flat. Lily, your tail is... Anyway. And so I could only sand down into or, on around the top of one side of that cupping at a time. And then I had to go back the other way. Even though my sander could cover the entirety of the width of almost everything I was sanding, I could only do half of it at a time because of just the way that wood changes shape as it gets older. So that took for freaking ever. And then Tuesday, I rented a very heavy floor sander, an orbital floor sander, for a couple of hours. And it was difficult to get up onto the deck and into and out of the car because it was so heavy, but I'm thankful it was heavy because it applied all that pressure onto the sandpaper to actually sand the surface of the deck in maybe an hour versus an entire week for all the railings. Like, I started with the railings because I thought, okay, we'll get this, kind of knocked out a little bit fast, but because there are all these different sides and faces, it'll be fiddly and it's going to take more time than I want to, and it's going to be the more difficult part, but it's not going to be that bad. And then I'll do the floor because it's just one big flat expanse, not going to be difficult to sand. Burgers in space? Yes. They are Sweeney Todd burgers, if you catch my meaning. Instead of meat pies, we make burgers. I'm talking about sanding my deck. Do you want to hear about that errant night? It was difficult and boring and hot. I am grateful that it is still warm. I'm grateful that it's still warm. But it made the sanding difficult. You've not tried Soylent Green because Soylent Green is people. You've had Soylent, the trendy nutritional drink, though. Wait. I feel like I've maybe heard of that, but maybe not. Maybe my brain is just hearing the Soylent Green. What was I trying to say? Sanding decks, yes, it was awful. I just finished 2 days ago and I started last Monday. Now, to be fair, I was only doing that for maybe like 3 or 4 hours a day, but that was still 3 or 4 hours a day for a week. Oh God. Are you familiar with boards cupping? Like when a board gets cupped? Are you familiar with that phenomenon? Because that was a big part of what made it so difficult. And then also, Tech Bros made a nutritional drink named Soylent after the movie. Huh. Okay. I hope it's not actually people. But I guess Soylent Green is more of like a food stuff versus a drink. What was I going to say? So yeah, I finished sanding on Tuesday. Pressure washed it yesterday. Kind of screwed up some of the vertical posts, but I don't really care that much. I did have to go back over the actual tops of the railings that you would touch if you were on the deck with some sandpaper, but it was pretty quick. It was basically knocking back down the splinters that had come up from the pressure washing. And then let that dry overnight, and then started staining the railings today. They turned out the stain is a little bit more orange than I was expecting. It looks like cedar. Turned all this pine into cedar, which it didn't actually do, but it's colored like cedar now. And that wood was thirsty. Thirsty wood. I bought 2 gallons of stain thinking, okay, I'll get an extra gallon just in case it's not quite enough to cover the 256 square feet of the deck, plus, 20 or 50 or whatever square feet of the railing, because a gallon is supposed to cover between 200 and 300 square feet. The railing took 3 quarts. I only did the railing today, and it took like 3 quarts. So we're gonna have to figure out or no, I'm just gonna, do the surface of the deck tomorrow and the stairs, and that will be fun. The wood drank the stain. Yes, it did. It very much did. And it was, unsurprisingly worse on the south side of the railings, where it was actually, exposed to the sun. On the north sides, it was almost like, didn't feel like it wanted to soak in. It was just slathering out on top. But on the south side, yeah, it was thirsty. And so, yeah, gonna do the horizontal surface tomorrow, and hopefully that will be it. And then over the weekend, hopefully in one day, not 8 days or whatever, I will be able to move the garden, which is gonna be another very difficult endeavor. Eric Knight, I want you to meet my light therapy link. I believe I get seasonal affective disorder / the winter blues, whatever you want to call it. So this, hold on, I can turn it down, but that's all it will go down. Come on, turn off. There we go. It's 10,000 lux, which is the measurement of the light, of the brightness, and it's got the full spectrum of light. Robert said, "Let there be light therapy." Yes. So I believe, seasonal affective disorder. My therapist said, yeah, it probably wouldn't hurt you to do it. And so you have to be 8 inches away from this thing. Let's see, that's roughly 8 inches away in order to get the full 10,000 lux, and only have to do this for 30 minutes at a time. Now, I could have it like here off to the side, not like staring directly at it, but it has to be 8 inches away from my eyes in order to only have to do this for 30 minutes. Double that, and I have to double the time, and a little bit farther away, and I have to have even more time. So what I've decided to do is right over there, I've been playing Fallout 4 for the total gameplay time is like 5 days and 6 hours right now, which is, what is that? 200? No, sorry, that's 100 and close to 150 hours, something like that. And so I basically turn this thing on and then sit it in my lap. So it's like 16, 18 inches away from my eyes. It's within my field of view, but I can be doing something else rather than just like having this thing right in my face. It's expensive though. This thing was 80, no, it was 90 bucks. But it was the cheaper alternative to the other one that I wanted that was almost 200 bucks. Excuse me, you can't see Lily. She is like just out of frame right here. Only come up here. Lily, come up here and get some love from my whatever. Fine. But yeah. So I'm having to sit with that in my lap for like an hour in the mornings to try to not get so depressed once it starts getting darker and colder. It's not cold yet, thankfully. It is in the 50s overnight, which is not my favorite, but it is cutting down on cooling. But it's pretty warm during the day still. One last comment on Soylent. It's an awful name, but it's not the worst one. There's a competing product called Huel. Yeah, I see that. Human fuel. Like Huel, it's the sound you make when you're about to throw up, not a nutritional drink. Isn't Huel not even just drinks? It's like an entire like liquid meal, basically, that may or may not have flavors. I don't know if it tastes like anything, but it's all your nutrients and calories and everything. It's like a meal shake or meal paste. That is much more like Soylent Green. Anyway. Oh, so it's like a shake. Okay. Soylent is too. Okay. Yeah, I've spent like $300 on trying to refinish this deck. Between supplies, the stain itself was like 80-something dollars for the 2 gallons, and then 50 or 60 just on sandpaper, the belts and the pads, and then a $35 belt sander, and then I bought the orbital sander a while ago, but it was for this, so it was like 20. Yeah, tech break. Yes, that's what I've seen about Huel. Drink this and you can have all your nutrition without wasting time on things like cooking. Yeah, but that's not part of the satiety response from your stomach and your brain is the smelling and the chewing and the swallowing and the eating. Yeah, leave it to tech bros to remove an enjoyable experience in life, like eating good food. Yes. It's all in the name of the grind, the hyper productivity, and I'm just like, no. I want to relax and enjoy my food and taste it. Cooking does take a long time though if you're busy and underemployed. By that I mean not getting paid enough for the shit you have to deal with and all the time you have to work. Like certain people in my audience. Actually, Aaron Knight, that reminds me. How are you doing with a new job? Did you find one? Were you able to get put in someplace? Connections? You occasionally drink Soylent, but as a supplemental thing because you tend to eat poorly, not as a replacement for food in general. You know, it's... And probably a very small portion of the user base is actually using it the way that they market it. Whether or not that's what they intend is up for debate, but the way they market it is as the full food replacement. That's probably not most people. What was I going to say? I'm completely lost now. Okay. What's the plan? What am I talking about? What am I doing? Unflavored Soylent tastes vaguely like pancake. Okay, I guess it would maybe taste like a whey protein type shake without the chocolate or vanilla flavor or like cookies and cream that I've had. Okay. Lily, Charlie is already there, so you're not going to be able to get up in the seat unless you're willing to snuggle with Charlie, which he will probably be okay with. Yeah, you're a diva, so you're not even going to go. You prefer the flavor, though? What does the flavor even taste like? No job yet. Ooh, that is unfortunate. How do you have prospects? Do you have leads? What's the sitch? Okay, now that we're back from ads, I have a couple of drinks to try. They have vanilla, strawberry, chocolate, banana, and mint. So, shake flavors. Okay. I have a couple of drinks to try, or I have two last, what are they called? No leads, no nothing, some interviews. I feel like people should be snapping you up. What is going on? I'm sorry about that, man. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry that it's not going well. Truffles, 2 more truffles, and 2 drinks. I happened upon today a Twix flavored iced coffee at Menards when I was there for, what did I go for again? Rollers for Stain. Adelaide!
Who's got the booty?
Addie the baddie, you finally made it. The trick is your old company was old school, did a lot of manual testing, and the automation testers were on their own team. And were you in charge of the automation testers? Most companies these days, manual and automation testers are the same people. Gotcha. Hi, Addie the baddie. I am tired because I've spent like probably 16 hours over the last week sanding and pressure washing and staining my deck, and I'm still not done. You didn't do automation, so you're both overqualified and somehow underqualified, yeah? Automation classes, yeah, okay. Eric, thank you for shouting Addie out. Look at that adorable VTuber.
Trash bag babies. Where's Andorra? I found his baby.
Using a pressure washer in real life is terrible. By the way, hi Eric. Good evening, how you doing?
He's sick in the head.
Yeah, I don't know how it picks the clips. Okay, so that was high on life. I only saw that little bit of the actual game. Using a pressure washer is oddly satisfying? No, it's tedium. I don't understand people that are like, oh, this mindless task allows me to just like dissociate or whatever. Or, you know, I can see the results of the sweep and, you know, it takes things away and you can see as you're going. And no, it's just tedious to me. I was wet. I was half the time having to have my arms up and like this from the ground, getting the other side of the rail. And, yeah, no, it was not fun. Used to be a house painter. You would go into Zen mode. Muscles? Yeah, muscles. No, the pressure washing didn't give me the muscles, but I'm thankful for the muscles while I was pressure washing. I go to the gym, although I haven't for the last 2 weeks because of the damn sanding. Yeah, house painting and all of the tedious, repetitive stuff doesn't do it for me. I can't just like zone out and let my brain go because I don't know why. It's horrible. But the only thing left to do on the deck is just to stain the actual horizontal deck surface and the steps. Hopefully that will only take an hour or 2 tomorrow. The hardest parts are done, I believe. All the fiddly bits of staining the railing and sanding and all that's done. It's just 256 square feet of deck space plus 6 steps, which are roughly 5 feet across and 12 inches wide. So what's 5 times 12? 60 inches times 6 is 360 inches divided by 12 is, well, hold on, that's 5 square feet times 6, so 30 square feet. So, okay, almost 300 square feet. Yes, almost 300 square feet of painting, which it's open. Most of it is pretty much open, so it shouldn't be that difficult. I'll just paint away from the door and down the steps. I'll roll. So Addie, how is your Friday Eve going? Eric, how is your Friday Eve going? Plans for the weekend? What are we getting up to? I don't think we have plans. What day is it? Or what's the date? It's October 5th. Yeah, I don't think we have plans. Friday Eve? It's the eve of Friday. It's Thursday, so tomorrow's Friday. So it's Friday Eve. Just like it's Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. No plans that Eric knows of. Eric, you're not gonna go wrestle a gator? Or, what's the word? Go swimming with water moccasins? Or, excuse me, get, blown away by a hurricane? Not this week. Okay, okay. Eric lives in Florida. He just recently moved to Florida from Colorado. Wrestle a gator? What a beauty! I'm gonna wrestle it! God, I miss Steve Irwin, and he's been dead for like 16 years. Right? Hey Google, when did Steve Irwin die? Addie, what do you do for work? 2006. So that's 17 years. Holy crap! I am old. I was 17 when Steve died. I didn't realize I was that young. Also, I am twice 17. I am almost twice as old as any high schooler. Holy crap. And Aaron Knight's over there like, youngin'. And Eric's over there like, youngin'. I feel like Addie's probably younger than me. Leo, our game is a child. BB. BB. Wait, you don't even have 10 years on me, Aaron Knight. At this point, it's the age differences are becoming, more negligible. You deliver groceries and medication. You used to deliver furniture. Your 5'2" shortness doesn't help. No. You're probably the oldest one here? I wasn't listening to your clip, so I couldn't hear how you sounded. Really? Yeah, no, I really doubt that you're the oldest one here, because Eric's, what, 52? Yeah, 52. Yeah, I don't think Addie's the oldest one here. Eric, you're just barely too young to be my parents. According to lore, you're 56, 97, so... Lore, Adelaide lore. How do I get lore? Do I just make it up? Do I just, tweet out, hey, here's my backstory? Okay, so since I try things, since that's what I do, and since I actually have some people here to make this decision for me, do I want to try a beverage or do I want to try a snack? Oh, please don't call me Robbie. Please don't call me Robbie. There was this really annoying girl in high school who called me Robbie. Please don't call me Robbie. Robert. Or Rob is fine. My family calls me Rob, but I prefer Robert. Robbie may be cute, sure, but I'm not cute. I'm what do we call what I am? Let me turn the speaker around so I can actually hear things. I'm mature, I guess. I don't think I'm cute. So yeah, guys, should I try a beverage? Should I do a poll? Let's do a poll. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'll just put all 4 options here in the poll. Coconut, truffle, what's the other one? Other truffle. Twix. I can't spell. Twix. What's it called? Iced coffee. Or salted caramel beer. There we go. 1 minute on the poll. Okay. We have all the 4 options there. What the other flavor of the truffle is... No, that's the coconut. Ew, come here. Oh, it's the blood orange. I had already tried that. Guess not. So yeah, there's a coconut truffle. That is my least favorite. Coconut makes me gag. I'll probably spit it back out after I try it, but I do have to try it. The blood orange truffle, a Twix flavored iced coffee. Well, chilled, it's in the fridge. Or the salty caramel brown ale. I saw that in the clearance basket at the liquor store. I'm like, okay, well, that's definitely got to get that to try. Salted caramel brown ale. I don't expect it to be that bad. I've tried some bad flavored beers, but I don't expect it to be that bad because I did recently try a honey brown ale. What wins? The iced coffee! Okay. So it's a la the Starbucks iced coffee things. There's the tab. Oh, come on. The crappy cheap tab. Or whatever, the lid is exposed. I will never see one of these bottles and not think Yoo-hoo, the fake chocolate milk stuff. I got this at Menards, but it's probably available at Walmart or most grocery stores. Victor Allen's. I don't know what that is. What is Victor Allen's? It's a coffee company. Okay. Yes, these always to me look like Yoo-hoo. Now I think Yoo-hoo is a smaller bottle, technically. But yeah, so this is basically going to be a caramel iced coffee, more than likely. I don't know how they're going to incorporate the chocolate or cookie flavor in here, but we'll see. Pop. Oh, you can't hear that. Doesn't make a noise. Okay. Alrighty. Smells. That smells more like a Twix than I thought it would. But it smells milky coffee-y. Let me just glance at the ingredients real quick. Ingredients. Brewed coffee is the first ingredient. I was expecting the first ingredient. No, okay. Skim milk, and then sugar, and then cream, potassium phosphate, cocoa, pectin, sodium citrate, sea salt, natural and artificial flavors. Okay. I was expecting sugar to be a little bit higher up. I thought it was going to be above skim milk, but hey, that's not too bad. Sugars added 34 grams of added sugars. 34 grams. Holy crap, 34 grams. That's a lot of sugar. How many servings is this? It's one bottle. It's only 220 calories? I must have read something wrong. Okay, total sugars, 40 grams. Huh, okay, whatever. Oh, hydrate or dehydrate. Okay, I will drink some actual water first. Okay, finally actually gonna try this. It's not as good as I was hoping for. It's really watered down. It's like either they didn't roast their coffee very much or they used too much water when they brewed it.
Back up the booty. I need the booty.
Did I shake it? I did shake it. When I first pulled it out, I did shake it. I don't see any, what do they call it? What is that called? Not condensate. What do they call the stuff that falls out of a beverage? But no, butt spot, I did not butt it. Look, Adelaide. I was playing, like, it's not bad. It's just not as good as I was hoping for. I don't know why I'm putting the lid on this. Paige doesn't want any of this. She hates coffee flavor, even like mocha coffee flavor, just completely. But, so butt spot, a couple of weeks ago, I was playing the Forest Quartet, which is, it's a little late now because it's not free anymore, but if you have the chance to get it, I would recommend that you do get it because it's about an hour long. It's a really short game. Visually, it's very pretty. It's dark, atmospheric, but with good chiaroscuro with your character and the puzzles that you're working on. All of that is golden and bright. And then it's got good storytelling and a good soundtrack, and it addresses some mental health problems, specifically anxiety, depression, and anger, and the loss of a friend, all very well. And it's on my YouTube, the full playthrough, which I don't know why it's got 0 views yet, but what was I trying to say? Buttspot interrupted the really emotional final song with the girl who had died, and apparently was based on and in tribute to an actual singer of this band who had passed away. And they made this game to memorialize her and to communicate their, grief and everything. And yeah, Buttspot interrupted like the last third of the song. And I think Errant Knight was there. And I think Errant Knight triggered it. And typically, Buttspot doesn't make sounds natively. I added that just to be funny, but yeah, it kind of backfired in that context. In the VOD that I uploaded to YouTube, I killed the volume. I didn't like completely kill it, but I brought it down a lot for that like second and a half that Buttspot triggered. Yeah. Excuse me. But no worries about Buttspot interrupting this game. By the way, Addie and Eric, you didn't see this. This is my light therapy lamp. Ah! Whoa. I caught it at the edge of the screen there. I get seasonal affective disorder, so yeah, no, it's really bright. It's really bright. Like, my cat was sitting in front of me while I had it in my lap this morning. That's how I've decided I'm going to use it, is I'm going to put it in my lap, and that way it's like 16, 18 inches away from my eyes. And I can just sit with it there in my lap for like an hour or so, and that will be the lux requirement for being effective. And my cat was like sitting in front of me, like looking at me like, hey, let me in your lap. I'm like, sorry, guy, this thing is already in my lap. And he was just like, I'm just going to sit here and have my eyes closed at the brightness and judge you and let you know that I am not happy that I can't get in your lap right now. But I'm still going to stay here and communicate that to you. But yeah, it's very bright. Now, it does dim just a little bit, but not enough to make a difference in the camera. Now, I could theoretically set this to do auto exposure, and maybe it would help. But not really. Come on, off. There we go. But yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we tried our beverage. So now let's try Godlike Burger. Let me change the music just a little bit. And we'll get that started. I wonder if I can use a controller. I ought to be able to. Yeah. No, I wake up fine in the morning. I'm just tired now. But bye, Addie. Thank you for stopping by. Addie, but that is loud. That's really loud. Anyway, this is like the 5th game from Godlike that's been free on Epic, at least. Okay. Yay, native PlayStation controller support. I don't... Of course, there's a separate tutorial, not part of the actual game. Enemy interface. I don't know what that means. R2 to attack. It'll show me this in the tutorial. I guess I will do the tutorial separately. All neglected corpses will be automatically processed at the end of the day. Processed. Processed. Welcome to the Good Burger restaurant. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? I am not Kel Thompson. Okay. Welcome to the Good Burger restaurant. Want to be the chef of this place? Then a couple of lessons will sure come in handy. What is with this guy's face? Look at this. He's got, it's like he's like 8 different people, which I guess is part of the point, maybe. I don't know. He's like Frankenstein's monster. What happened? Oh, I guess my controller died. Hold on. Let's get things swapped around. That's why I have 2 controllers. If during this tutorial you can't remember what to do or accidentally skipped a step, just open the pause menu with options. Look, your first customer has already made his order and is currently waiting for it. Let's see what information about him we can find out through the queue item. Queue, top left there. You can find the queue item on the top left corner of the screen. All new customers are added to the queue line when they enter the restaurant. And there you can see little purple ring means I'm close. Customer's order number, health, suspicion, and annoyance levels. The time the customer is willing to wait for the order. Ingredients you need to put in their burger, which will be tomato and meat. Current customer's activity, which means he's sitting. That is a seat. Okay? Alright. Have you sorted it out? Good. Let's not make the customer wait any longer. To make your first burger, go to the kitchen using the following controls. Okay. Okay. In the kitchen, you can find everything you need for cooking. Let's begin with the fridge, where all burger ingredients are stored. For a start, take the raw meat and put it on the stove to fry. After taking an ingredient, you can use cross to put and circle to drop. Okay, so take the ingredient. Okay. Raw meat will start to grill as soon as you put it on the stove. You just need to wait until the progress bar is filled. Ahoy, Rubinsky! Can you smell it? The patty is fried. Now take the cooked meat off the stove before it gets burnt. Otherwise, you'll need to use the trash can to get rid of spoiled meat. So take that. You can place the cooked meat on the hot table module to keep it warm until you serve the burger. Warm can be served, cold cannot be served. Cool, now it's time to get back to the fridge and get the other ingredients to complete the burger. Back to the fridge. To serve the burger, it should at least contain cooked meat and a bun. Other ingredients depend on the specific order the customer has made. Take the rest of the ingredients to the meat on the table. Take. Okay. Oh no, the table module suddenly broke. Unfortunate, but any kitchen supply may break during a day of work. Hit that thing a couple of times. Maybe that'll get it working again. Alright, assemble the burger. Great, now when the burger is assembled, you can serve it to the customer. Take your masterpiece to the order handler. Take it to here. Okay. To serve the burger, simply attach it to the order number. Okay, good. When you serve the burger, the customer will go to the order handler, pick up the order, and immediately pay for it. Okay. Now, having his order, the customer will go sit somewhere and start eating. In case you want to speed up the process, use the following controls. Okay. $13 tip. Wow. Customer has finished eating. Now he will rate your service and decide whether to tip or not. Awesome, no mistakes were made in the order. Customer will leave you a tip. 2 or more mistakes. 1 mistake. So the only way to get a tip is if you make it perfectly. It's about time to look at one very useful device called the guidebook. Let's open it and check the information it contains. Okay, guidebook. Contains information about each customer species who visited the restaurant. Some data is pre-filled, some needs to be discovered on your own. Now let's talk about each field in detail. Oh yay. I feel like there's a little too much detail right now. Oh, I just realized I just served this guy a different Terrat's head. These elements show the customer name and appearance. Here you can find out which body parts and meat customer will drop after the meat processor has processed a dead body. Health is the number of hit points. Damage is the race damage level. Karma describes how aggressive this race is. And tips is how much tip the customer will leave. Okay. And here you can mark the meat type the customer would like to eat. Each race can be satisfied by up to 4 different types of meat. If you serve the wrong meat type, the respective customer will give you a bad rating. Also, each race can be immune to different types of damage, sauce, traps, etc. These can be discovered by experimenting with different ways of killing the customer. I feel like if you hadn't read the description, they have skipped over the fact that you have to kill your customers. Observe the customer activities and add them to this section. This would help you better understand each customer's behavior. Okay, so likes to eat that. I don't know. Okay, whatever. Let's brighten the mood a bit. Go to the radio and tune into a funky station. No, correct. Funky. Looks like, okay, so I guess I didn't have to pick a particular station. Looks like the customer is going to leave. You can either wait or speed up time. Okay, so we can go up to 3 times speed. Each time a customer is leaving the restaurant, you'll either gain or lose prestige points. It depends on the quality of the burger and the service in general. However, only those customers who left the restaurant alive affect the scale. I feel like they're still skipping and glossing over the part where you have to kill your customers. Also, prestige scale points affect the amount of customers which will come into the restaurant and allows you to travel to new planets. And here's a good example, by the way. New wave, higher prestige scale means more guests. For each planet, the influence of prestige scale on the number of customers will be different, but they will always come from the teleporters in the parking lot. So see you. All customers in the restaurant are doing smoking, dancing, ordering, etc. They choose their activities at random, but each race has its own preferences. You should study them to find the perfect moment to kill. Let's wait until all the customers enter and decide what they want to do. That's not what I wanted. Okay, so that customer is going to the Puka Lounge. Looks like we have a freeloader here. One of the customers did not even order anything and is just watching a strip show. Move to the VIP room and get rid of that parasite. Okay. There's the bastard. It's time to teach him a lesson. Get closer to him and use the following input to kick his ass. After the customer has been kicked, he will immediately change his current activity. Also, his annoyance scale will increase. Now let's kick him until annoyance scale will completely fill. Annoyed customers will decrease your prestige scale points after they've left the restaurant. But right now, let's focus on the rest of the customer's orders. Let's go to the fridge and start making burgers. Okay, as you may have noticed, new customers have ordered burgers with sauce. It's good that we have a couple lying around in the fridge. Okay, and they don't care which sauce, they just want sauce. Okay. As usual, you need to fry some meat first. Let's put some raw meat on the stove. Take that. 52 burgers. Okay, so I'm gonna need 2 buns and tomato. Crap, how do I undo the frick? Well, okay, I'm gonna fail these, aren't I? Number 2, here's your tomato. Forgot to put some ingredients in the customer's order. Let's try again. Okay, so we're starting this over. He's got enough for now. Look, his annoyance scale is filled completely, which means he will leave the restaurant. The annoyance level can also be affected by poor service, restaurant malfunctions, etc. Upon reaching 100%, the customer will leave the restaurant. Yes. Okay. Sauces, yes. Okay, take the meat. Cook the meat. Take the buns. Put the buns there. Take the tomato. Put that there. Take the cheese. There. Both want sauce. That sauce, put that over there. So the tomato one is order number 4, and this one is order number 5. Okay. When the burgers with sauce are eaten by customers, a sauce timer will start ticking next to the customer queue item. Okay, let's wait until the sauce effects kick in and see what terrible consequences our poor customers are going to suffer. Yeah, I saw a rat back there. How do I kill the rat? I guess I don't. The sauce timer is finished and the effect will start showing on the customers who've used these sauces. Forces the customer to go smoke, forces the customer to use the toilet. First, let's visit the customer who's eaten laxative sauce. You can find him sitting on the toilet, as you may have guessed. Okay, looks like there are no witnesses here, so it's time to kill. But before the fight, let's take a look at the main stats of the chef. Hi, Taylor. Don't know what game you expected to be popping in here, but was this not it? How are my patty flipping skills? I don't have any skills yet because it keeps interrupting me every 5 seconds to explain everything. Did I see Zap doing my self-affirmation? No. Wait, is she streaming right now? What happened? When was the self-affirmation, Rubinsky? It's stressful in the fact that I haven't actually been able to do anything just yet. Anyway, got my health, 3 of them. Okay. Stamina, spending on each cleaver swing and kick. Okay, stamina restores. Use R2
Back
swing.
up the
Quick
booty. I
cleaver.
need the booty.
Okay, he's dead. Cool, now he's dead, but you're covered in blood and there's a corpse nearby. That can be bad. Let's take a deep breath and talk about this quote-unquote situation. Oh, you clipped it for me. Yay! Should have skipped the tutorial, but then I wouldn't know how to play. As you can see, you're still covered in blood and there's a corpse near you. Now let's see what will happen when another customer notices that. Blood-drenched chef or a corpse in the room continually increases the witness's suspicion scale. Okay. And that makes him run away or become aggressive. Got it? Now what? That guy has run away in panic. Of course, he will report to the police what he thinks happened here. For that, you will receive 1 police badge. Okay. This one looks tougher and more aggressive than the previous guest. Let's observe what will happen after his suspicion scale reaches on. Foot-butted. Oops, he became aggressive. A red circle around the customer indicates his danger zone. Reaching that threshold means a fight will start. Also, aggressive customers will call the police rather than run away. Can't move. Okay, so he's going to payphone, I guess. After customers called the cops, you will get max police badges. Soon after that, the restaurant will be subjected to a police raid. When the police patrol arrives, you see a patrol progress bar. This bar indicates how long the police patrol is going to search a restaurant. Each cop in the patrol will start investigating different rooms looking for anything suspicious. If any cop from the police control notices anything suspicious, corpse, swing of the cleaver, etc., he will immediately become aggressive and he will definitely call his fellow officers. And they're gonna kill me. Why do the police officers look like gremlins? If that happens, the chef will most likely be killed, and after death, all meat, money, prestige, and quest progress will be lost. You don't want that, right? So now it's time to cover your tracks. First, let's remove the corpse so nobody will find it. Okay. A removed body does not immediately become a cutlet. First, it goes to the meat processor. You can see the processing progress in the queue line. When the meat processor finishes, raw meat and other body parts will automatically go to the fridge. Next stop is to wash off the blood. For that, you should use the sink. Sink? Okay, hold it. That takes some time. Okay, nice one. Moving on to the second customer who had the nicotine sauce. He's hanging around in the backyard smoking. Go and demonstrate how smoking may now have a negative impact on your health. Okay, backyard, that way. We will deal with this a little differently. In order to kill customers unnoticed and without blood, it's better to use traps. We have one in the backyard. Go there and activate the trap. Okay. And activate. He did. Bang! The customer is dead. After an activation, traps are on a cooldown before they can be used again. And since there's no blood on our clothes, all that's left is to get rid of the body. Okay, nice. Seems like we cleaned everything up, and that's enough since this day will end. Okay. Congrats, you've completed your first day. Upon completing each day, you will receive statistics, displaying how well you did. Now it's time to check out the basement. What's the basement? We got a B rank. If the police find a body, they will teleport it to their warehouse. Okay. Welcome to the basement. This is the operations center of your restaurant. let's see what we can find here. First, let's head to the office. Inside the office, you can find the quest pad, newspaper, book and complaints, safe, and the computer. Each of these objects has its own functions. For example, the safe will help save some money even after death, but right now we need the computer. Using the computer, you can buy ingredients, kitchen upgrades, chef upgrades, guidebook info, sauce recipes, and sauce recipes. And these purchases, unlike money and meat, remain with the chef even after death. Take a look yourself, and then let's move to the quest pad. Okay. Oh, I have to buy my ingredients? Okay, then. Hi, Lily. Here you can find the list of tasks tied to different planets. You need to accomplish each of them to travel to the new planet. Every new session, the set of quests will be generated anew, so after each death, the game will be slightly different. You can also open the quest pad inside both the restaurant and the basement by using the up D-pad. Take a look at the quest pad yourself, then we'll talk more about traveling to new planets. For that, you need to go to the cabin when you're ready. Serve 10 fried patties, which were dropped on the floor. Serve 10 customers perfectly in a row within one day. Kill 10 customers with the trap terminal. Collect 5 corpses in one room. Don't fry any patties for one day. What? Make yourself comfortable inside the cabin. There are 3 panels: trap schematics, planet navigation, and phone. Let's talk about each one. Start with the planet navigation in the middle. Contains all the information about each of the planets you can visit. Besides completing all of the planet's required quests, you'll also need to have a certain amount of prestige points and enough money for the fuel to fly to the planet. Check out which planets are ready for your arrival, then let's move to the phone panel. So the only planet I can go to is Junkamera. Okay. And that's where I am. First and foremost, the phone panel allows you to pay bills. You should be aware of that because otherwise debt collectors will come to your restaurant. Another great thing about the phone panel is you can bribe the police. You should do that if your police attention on certain planets gets too high. Once again, check the panel yourself and let's move on to the trap schematics. So I have $202. My bill number 1 is $132. Okay, that's paid. Okay, those are debt collectors. Okay. On the traps panel, you can buy and upgrade traps. These purchases, similar to the computer store, will persist after death. You may want to grab some warmer clothes because after this panel, we're going to visit the freezer room. How do I grab clothes? Oh, no, I don't. This is not a trap. Okay. Freezer. Inside the freezer room, you can find the following devices: the cryo capsule, the freezer, and the blender. The capsule will enable you to restart the session, and the freezer note shows which ingredients you left in the restaurant. But for now, we're interested in the blender. Device allows you to prepare sauce using customers' body parts as ingredients. New recipes can be purchased at the computer. Once you're done with the blender, let's move on to the cryo capsule. Okay, so I made some nicotine. Using the cryo capsule, you can either reserve the current planet, which means you won't have to accumulate money, prestige, and complete quests to visit this planet again, or you can restart the current session and give the game another run with saved upgrades, traps, and the contents of the save. Yet, there is a way to avoid death. At the computer, you can buy Second Chance, which allows Chef to retry the day he died. You can buy them indefinitely, but each death will consume 1 second chance. Okay? Alright. You can explore the rest by yourself. Try finding other interactable objects. They're all yellowish. It should be easy to spot. And when you're done, go up the stairs to leave the basement and start the new day. This is the what now? Okay, freezer. Views. This is views. See the save. Okay. At the end of the tutorial, all money ingredients purchased and no other progress from the tutorial will be reset. With your new skills, you will get it all back in no time. Okay, so now am I starting the actual game? Burning customers or trash in the restaurant annoys visitors. Okay. going into story mode now? I don't get it. A raw patty cannot be placed in a burger. Okay, day 1. So I feel like this is the actual game. Okay. So I've got a customer here. He is ordering. Got another customer. He's ordering or deciding. Another customer is headed this way. I need. Okay. Cheese. Or number 1, yes. Okay. Master Chef. Don't need to get in there just yet. Okay, other guy is deciding, but I can at least get one burger. Oh, we got another one. Oh, stuff breaks so fast. Holy crap. Why is everything breaking? One guy wants onion. Nope. There we go. The other guy just wants burger. So this is for order number 4. And no. Nope. This is for order number 3. Okay. Okay, so got a trap. Okay. 10. Oh, it wasn't actually doing it. It was okay. Everything breaks. This is stressful. Damn it. Okay. Burger. Get that started. Bun. Get 2 buns out. Guy wants onion. Get another burger started. Okay, and then this is for order number. Oh, crap, he's eating everything. Okay, this is for number 6. Bun and a tomato. Come on now. Go. 5, yes. Okay, so I need onion and cheese. Okay, now. Man, just the cooking part of this is difficult. How the hell am I supposed to run around and kill these dorks? Visitor robbed and stunned by who? What? What's happening? Where are we? Put that there. Okay, so I need... Gosh! This is difficult. Okay, so this is for order number 9. Okay. Tomato. For order number 10. Cool. Bertie Ferk, dude. How the hell am I supposed to find time to go kill them and collect them? Like, holy crap. Okay, so they like to go smoke. Where is the smoking? There it is. Okay. This is mildly stressful. Okay. Is the day almost over? Last wave, yes, okay. Is anybody else gonna come back here? No? So I can kill you, right? Okay, and wash myself up. So... Okay, this guy's headed to the bathroom, cool. He didn't see me. Covered in blood. Okay. Okay. Wow, that was way more difficult than the first level of something like that should be, I think. Rank S, though, yay! Wow. Okay, so I served 9, killed 4, made $452 in sales, $86 in tips, and I got 250 prestige. Total bills for the day is 133. Wow. That's a lot in one day. Okay. Book of Complaints and News will help you better understand the world of the game. Oh boy. Alright, Jack of all trades. I don't know what these achievements mean. That was difficult, and I don't want to play that anymore. I did not... I'm not a big fan of the cooking sims anyway. They're frenetic and stressful, and that's it. They're frenetic and stressful. I don't care for them. And then add in the fact that I have to kill my customers? No thanks. Uninstall that. Huh. Okay. Okay, this may just be a short stream. Let me think about... Let's see, it's 8:14. So the 2 games that were free last week, I think are going to take way too long just to try. Those are going to have to be basically done on their own. That Solstice is definitely Souls-like, definitely. And then there's Model Builder Sim. I could maybe try that for 20 or 30 minutes. Should I try that? Maybe? Excuse me. No, I think I'm gonna call it for the day. I'm pretty tired, and Paige got home not too long before I started streaming, and so I haven't hardly been able to see her today. So I'm gonna go hang out with her. So Sunday, good chance I'll just pick one of the games from last week to try, either the Model Builder Sim or the Solstice. Or we may just spin the wheel and pick something out of the backlog and other free games that I've gotten. I added, I think, 5 or 6 games to the wheel. Let me see here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh wait, Project Sphinx is on here twice. So 7. Added 7 new games to the wheel. So we may just do that, spin that on Sunday. For now, is there anybody streaming? Griffey and Nevermore, but I don't actually really have anybody watching, so we're not gonna raid. Big past 2 weeks, Twitch gone. I have no idea what's going on in Griffey's stream. Insert positive lurking feedback. Thank you, Rubinsky. I think we're gonna be done for the evening. Be back on Sunday to maybe spin the wheel, maybe just pick one of the 2 games from last week to play. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. That was a stressful game. I know there are people that are gonna like it, but it was not my cup of tea. I just don't like the cooking sim games because they are frenetic and fast-paced and everything. That's not the kind of game that I like. I'm not saying anything. You'll miss Sunday. It's sad. Oh man, what are you gonna do on Sunday? If you feel like sharing. But yeah, I don't like the fast-paced, stressful games. And then throw in the fact that you have to not just manage your restaurant, but you also have to kill your customers for ingredients. I don't like that. It is very on brand for Datalic Entertainment that made the Goodbye Deponia series, which was nuts. I played some of the first one and the last one. I didn't play the second one. And they're point and click adventures, and I wasn't a big fan. So yeah, see you guys Sunday. Everybody have a good night. Stay safe, stay hydrated. Love on any pets that you may have. Come here, Lily. Here she is. Don't do anything you don't want to explain to the paramedics, and I will see you same time, 7 p.m. Central on Sunday. Deuces.